If you are a beginner real estate investor and you're thinking about doing the BRRRR method, don't. Let me explain. I'm Antonio and I help beginner real estate investors who don't know where to start to buy their first investment property within 6 months. Newbie investors get really excited about the prospect of making money with real estate. All right, I lied. I get pretty rock solid thinking about making money with real estate too. So as a newbie, you probably did some research to try to figure out what is the best strategy for you to start off with when investing. You've probably come across what's known as the BRRRR method or the BRRRR strategy. It stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. The BRRRR method is super popular because it promises a newbie that they can invest their money, get it all back, sometimes even more, and then have a rental in really good condition and then be able to have all that money to go buy your next house. And that's really what the method touts. It has its advantages, but that's exactly what sucks all the beginners in. So why is the BRRRR strategy so bad then? Beginner investors are scared to spend their life savings on a property because they're not sure if it'll work out. This uncertainty and lack of confidence makes you keep reading, it makes you keep watching videos and listening to podcasts, hoping to figure out how to actually do it right. They're overwhelmed with all of the information and they have no idea where to start. They get stuck in analysis paralysis mode. So if you're deciding to use the BRRRR strategy as your first method, you're actually making real estate investing more difficult for you to start, way more difficult. The BRRRR strategy combines fixing and flipping and buying and holding into one strategy. Both of those strategies have different ways of completely calculating profit. Cash flow for buy and hold rentals and ARV or after repair value for fix and flip. When you try to learn the BRRRR method as a beginner, you're making it a lot more difficult on yourself because now not only do you need to try to calculate cash flow for profit in real estate, but now you also need to learn how to calculate ARV. You double the amount of information that you needed to learn and master before you even felt confident enough to go ahead and buy that first property. Let me give you an example so you really understand what I'm saying here. Let's say you wanted to start losing a little bit of weight, 10 pounds. It seems doable, right? You go to a friend's barbecue, you eat like you drink like and then all of a sudden, you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I should probably lose 20 pounds. That seems a lot farther away and way more difficult to pull off. You might procrastinate, not eat as good, cheat a lot more, and not work out. By choosing to use the BRRRR method as a beginner, you're doing the same thing to yourself. The simple fact that you know you need to master a lot more information and pick your location and understand the data a lot more makes it way more difficult for you to start as a beginner. And it may scare some of you who wanted to start but were too scared, so you never ended up getting started. The best way to learn something is simply by doing. If you've watched this channel before, I love action. I'm all about action, so action is how you get out of this. So what I recommend is sticking with either buy and hold or fix and flip first. Learn one, master one. Learn the formulas, learn the ins and outs of that strategy. Become good at it. Once you've mastered the formulas, go out and buy your first property. See how you did. And once you've done the strategy once, you can now go ahead and learn the other one and combine the two together. The goal here is to reduce that uncertainty, reduce that fear that this whole thing might not work out, because we want to get you started. And you can do this by reducing the amount of information you need to learn and lower the barrier to entry. I'm gonna highly recommend you start with buy and hold investing because it's the only way you can build passive income with real estate to start out. If you wanna learn the exact steps that I used to buy my first investment property, I created a free 25-minute video training describing it all in detail. Down low, click the link in the description to sign up and get your free video.